I went to the big electric bike show, and while everybody else was riding the fastest e-bikes and most expensive e-bikes, I found one that's $4.99, maybe the cheapest e-bike at the show. $4.99? Are you out of your mind? This is the Nakto Camel e-bike, and you get a lot of bike for that $4.99. You can see it's got fenders. It's got a basket that comes with it on the front there. It's got a suspension fork, no disc brakes. You get standard caliper brakes, but you do get a headlight with it, a sturdy frame. You get a chain guard there. You get fenders, and there's a look at the 350 watt motor. They also make the 250 watt version. So this is the 350 that we're going to be road testing, and it comes even with a luggage rack and a red reflector on the back fender there for you. Comfortable and adjustable seat. That is a 36 volt, 10 amp hour battery underneath the seat. You see there's also a ladies version there, a step through version if you prefer, and a white one over a black one. It's got a 7-speed Shimano shifter on it, and that is your throttle. So the red power button turns it on, and you've got a throttle, no speedometer, front and rear caliper brakes. Nothing wrong with caliper brakes. It's not a disc, but it will stop you. They've been using calipers for 100 years, so it's a basic bike. It's just $1 under $500. And here is what you see on the stat sheet. So 350 watt motor is what we're testing today with a peak output of 600 watts. 32 mile range, 25 mile an hour top speed, and a maximum carrying capacity of 300 pounds. So it stacks up pretty good against a lot of the other e-bikes. So now let's get it out in the wild. We're going to go over a little curb here, run over a little tree root on our way into the grass section. So the grass is a good way to kind of feel how it performs and just see if you feel every bump and how the suspension performs. So the front suspension is not adjustable at all, but it's definitely sucking up the bumps, and it's reasonably boingy, so it keeps the whole thing running smoothly. And the tires are 26 by 1.95, which means they're nice. They're not quite as big as a beach cruiser, but they're pretty big, which means you get a lot of cushioning from the tires as well. And you can see here I'm just pedaling along, playing around through the gears. So you can definitely ride it like a real bike, and it feels like a real bike if you don't have the motor on. And then if you want to get lazy bones and get tired of using the motor, you can go ahead and just hit the throttle and cruise along as well. So there we go, hitting the throttle. And now you can see I'm not pedaling at all, and it's ripping along just fine. We're going to do a drag race acceleration test here in a little bit, but you can see if you wanted to have a nice day and drive by the lake, look at the swan boats, and not burn any calories at all, and to carry groceries in your basket and on the luggage rack, you certainly could on this thing. Now pull a U-turn, and here's where we're going to drag race it. So this is where, if you really care about performance and you want the cheapest bike, we're going to see if we can catch these moped guys. So this is from a standing stop, full throttle, go. So it's not, you're not doing any wheelies on this thing, but as it meanders its way up to its 25 mile an hour top speed, you can see those e-bike on there, moped style e-bikes that cost 4 or 5 times as much what this bike costs are slowly and surely being caught by the 200-pound old guy on a bike with a basket. So as in terms of a performance test, I'm sure those guys could out-accelerate me from a stop, but once this thing gets rolling, it's pretty good. So if you're looking for an e-bike to just get around town, carry groceries with, or ride to school, or if you want to buy 4 of them instead of just buying one bike, it makes a heck of a lot of sense to just go with something cheap from a company that's reasonably reliable and well-established. If you're interested, click the link in the description. They gave me a link that gets you the best deal on this bike or any of their other bikes. They also make moped bikes and folding bikes and other ones, so they're definitely worth checking out if you're looking for a bargain.